Vinyasa Flow Class. It's an intermediate level class, so best to have a couple of years experience practicing yoga. So let's begin in a comfortable cross-legged seat. Place your palms face down against your thighs in a grounding gesture. Roll your shoulders back and release them down. Allow your eyes to close. Take a breath in through your nose and slowly let it release out your mouth. Inhale again through the nose and take a longer, slower exhale out the mouth. And then from there, allow the lips to gently seal and begin to breathe in and out just through your nose. Sensing the flow of air enter through the nostrils and observing the temperature of the air as it releases back out the nostrils. Feel the chest rise and fall in sync with your breath. Feel your rib cage expand as you inhale and contract as you exhale. Feel the belly fill with breath as you inhale. And notice the navel draw toward the spine as you exhale. Inhale, reach up through the crown of the head, and exhale. Let the sit bones become a little heavier, rooting down into the earth. Just take a few rounds of breath. Slowly, gradually deepening and lengthening your breath. Notice also the sound of your breath. The breath begins to become audible as you inhale, audible as you exhale. And the breath is rhythmic, balanced in duration of inhalation to exhalation. And this smooth flow of breath is warming the body from the inside out, and it's giving us a focal point. So the breath is always in the present. The mind tends to skip forward into the future or move backward into the past. The breath is always present. So as you notice your mind wandering throughout the practice, bring your attention back to your breath and back to the present. On your next inhale, circle your arms overhead. Palms touch, exhale, and bring your hands to heart center. Bow your chin to your chest, release your shoulders away from your ears. Lift your sternum up toward your thumbs. Just take a few rounds of breath here. And if you'd like to, you might set an intention or dedication for your practice at this time. And then release the hands back onto the thighs, just around the knees. Breathe in, shrug your shoulders toward your ears, and exhale, let them drop away from the ears. Inhale, lift the shoulders up, and exhale, let them release down. Inhale, shrug, exhale, let go. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, shrug, exhale, and release. From here, breathe in, arms circle overhead, clasp your palms, flip them up toward the ceiling, lengthen, and with your exhale, side bend, stretching over to your right, gaze under your left arm, revolve your ribcage up toward the ceiling, and root your left hip down as you stretch your palms away from the hip. And then we'll inhale up through center and exhale over to the other side, now rooting the right hip down, gazing under the right arm, stretching the palms away from the right hip, and revolving the ribcage up toward the ceiling. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring your hands behind, clasp. Little bend in your elbows, hug the elbows in toward one another so the collarbones spread. And inhale, reach your knuckles back as you lift your heart up. Let your head release back. Just breathe into the upper back. Let that tension go with your exhales. Let's take another big breath, expanding across the chest. And exhale, come back to neutral. Palms back on the thighs. From here, moving into a gentle twist, we're going to take your left leg and cross it over your right. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, and exhale, twist to your right. Right fingertips behind your back and left elbow comes to the thigh. Inhale for length, and exhale, release into the twist. Inhale, lift out of your low back, root that left big toe mound into the mat, feel the spine lengthen. Exhale, broaden across your chest by bringing that left shoulder back and down. And use the leverage of the left elbow against the leg. And then we'll inhale, come back to center, and exhale, release out of that side and switch. So now crossing your right foot over your left. Inhale, reach, and exhale, twist. Left fingers behind, right elbow to the thigh. Inhale, lengthen out of your low back. Press the right ball of the foot into the mat. Exhale, revolve from your rib cage and release your left shoulder back and down. Feel that right elbow against the inner thigh. Use that leverage to get a little more length in your spine as you inhale. And exhale, release into the shape. Keep lifting out of your low back, navel to spine. And then we'll inhale and come back to center. Exhale, unwind, and just switch the cross of your legs so you have the other leg in front from where we started. Take a breath in, arms reach overhead, reach up through your ring fingers, side body gets long. Exhale, hinge forward, walk your hands out in front of you, reach your heart through the frame of your shoulders and release forehead to the mat. Let the head be heavy. There's no tension in the neck. Feel the sit bones rooting. Maybe walk the fingers a little further forward. Breathe into the back rib cage. And then we'll inhale and come back up. Exhale, release hands onto the thighs. From here, we're moving into a tabletop shape. So shoulders right over the wrists, hips over the knees. The fingers are spread wide, the toes point back. We're going to move through some cat-cows in a deliberate movement, moving from base of the spine to crown of the head. So press the palms into the mat, but have a little bend in the elbows, not even noticeable, but it's a little micro bend just so you're not locking out the elbows. Breathe in, lift your tailbone, drop your belly, reach your heart forward, gaze forward. Continue to gaze forward. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, hug your belly in, round your back, and then lastly draw chin to chest, press the floor away. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, reach the heart forward, and then lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, hug the belly in, round the back, chin to chest. Inhaling as you arch, unraveling from the base of the spine up to the crown of the head. Exhaling as you tuck from the base of the spine, rounding to the crown of the head. Continue that movement on your own. It's a fluid movement in sync with your breath, and it's deliberately moving from base of the spine to crown of the head rather than initiating the movement in the middle of your spine. So take a few rounds of breath, exploring cat-cow. If you've got any favorite cat-cow add-ons, like a little movement in the hips or head moving side to side, you can always add those as well. Remember staying in sync with your breath, inhaling to arch and exhaling to round. Take another couple of rounds, and as you complete your second round, we'll meet back in our tabletop shape. So from your tabletop, we're just going to spend a little bit of time activating the arms. The fingers are spread wide, palms press into the mat. Then just imagine your hands, without actually moving them, it's an isometric movement. Just imagine turning your hands in opposite directions. So feel how that fires up the arms, the lower arms especially. Now hug the thumbs in toward one another. Feel that firing up the upper arms, and now we're going to hug the upper arms in toward one another, engaging the shoulder girdle. So keep that strength in the arms. From here, navel to spine, curl all 10 toes under, lift your knees and just hover. Press your heels back, keep drawing navel to spine, keep pressing the floor away with your palms. Breathe in, lift a couple of inches higher. Exhale and lower to just a hover. Inhale, lift up. Exhale and lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale and release the knees down and flatten the feet against the mat. From here, stretch your right leg back behind you. Press your palms against the mat. Reach your heel toward the wall behind you. Breathe into the back of your right leg and sole of the foot. On an inhale, lift your right leg, cross it over your left leg, turn your head, gaze past your left shoulder toward your right foot. Press your right heel back, press the palms into the mat, and breathe into your right side body. And then go ahead and bring your right knee back on the mat, and we'll switch sides. So now extend your left leg back behind you. Ball of the foot stays on the mat. Press the palms into the mat and stretch your heel back. Now we're breathing into the back of the left leg, especially the calf and sole of the left foot. Inhale, lift your left foot, cross it over your right. Exhale, turn your head, gaze past your right shoulder toward that left heel. Reach your left heel back, press the palms into the mat, and breathe into the left side body. One more breath. And go ahead and release the knee back under the hip. Shake the hips a little bit from side to side. Shake the head side to side as well. Then find that activation in your arms. Navel to spine. From here, we're going to stretch your right leg back. This time it's at hip height. Your toes are pointing down. Stretch your left arm forward and reach the fingers away from the sole of the foot. Navel to spine. Keep the core active, so we're protecting the low back. Breathe in, and as you exhale, crunch. Elbow meets the knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, pause here. Now set your left hand down. Point your right toes. Breathe in. As you exhale, chaturanga arms. Just the torso lowers to the mat. Inhale, press back up. Keep the right leg lifted. Exhale, elbows hug to the ribs. Inhale, press. Exhale. Inhale, feel the triceps work. Exhale. Inhale, one more. Exhale. Inhale, and release the knee down. Wiggle the hips a little bit side to side. And then resettle in your tabletop. Now stretch your left leg back behind you. Toes point down, inner thigh spirals up. Navel to spine, and stretch your right arm forward. Reach the fingers away from the heel, the sole of the foot. Breathe in. Exhale, crunch. Elbow to the knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach, and pause. Now set your right hand down and point your left toes. Breathe in. Exhale, lower just the torso. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, elbows hug into the ribs. Inhale. Exhale, keep that left leg lifted. Inhale, press 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. And release the knee down. Shake the hips a little bit from side to side. Now find those active arms once again. Palms press into the mat. Hands turn away from one another. Thumbs hug in. Upper arms hug in. Navel to spine. Toes curl under. Inhale, lift the knees. Press the hips up, back, and release the heels down. Downward facing dog. So take your feet as wide as your mat and slightly angle your toes in. Put a big bend in your knees. Press your palms into the mat and lift your hips up to the place where the ceiling and the wall join. Feel all that space in your back. The spine is long. Reach the sternum forward to that space between your thumbs as you press the shoulder blades forward toward the chest. Navel to spine. Breathe in, press the floor away. Exhale, and slowly work towards straightening the legs. They may or may not go all the way straight. More important, keep that length in your spine. And then we'll walk the feet back into hip distance. Release the heels back and down. Just check, peek back at your feet. Your heels are not visible. They're in line with your second toe. And when you look back, you don't see the heels. Breathe in, come onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, and step forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold. From here, bend your knees generously. Rest your torso against your thighs. Grab opposite elbows. Frame your head with your arms and sway from side to side. Check if you're tensing in your neck. Let that go. You might even shake your head a little, just releasing any tension there. Then we'll switch whichever forearm is on top and continue to sway from side to side. And now we'll release fingertips to the mat and then bring hands to the hips. Hug the elbows in. Reach the heart forward. Lift the chin. Root the soles of the feet and rise. From there, we release the hands alongside of the body and find Tadasana. Soles of the feet rooting into the mat, crown of the head reaching up, navel drawing in, shoulders reaching back and down, fingers reaching toward the earth. Breathe in, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the heart, maybe fingers to shins. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. A couple more half sun salutations. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift and lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, root to rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastitihi. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. From here, arms go out in front of you. I'm going to actually face the camera. So we're going to cross left elbow over right, clasp onto your shoulders. So you're just holding onto your shoulder blades like that. From here, we're going to drop chin to chest. And we're going to go ahead and lift the elbows to the left, up to the ceiling, to the right, and down to the floor. So we're drawing circles with the elbows, but actually targeting the back. Let's take another circle in this direction. And pause, lift back up, and we'll switch the cross. Now right over left, clasp your shoulder blades, drop chin to chest, reach the elbows right, up to the ceiling, left, down to the floor. Keep the circles going in this direction. As always, moving at your pace, making the circles the size of your choice. And noticing any differences, if there are, between circling in one direction versus the other. And we'll take one more this way. And pause. Release and find Tadasana once again. So we're stepping up to the front of the mat. Make sure that you've got space behind you. We're beginning our sun salutations. Inhale, circle the arms out and up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, place the palms, step one leg back, step other leg back. High plank, shoulders over the wrist. And we're pressing the heels back, reaching the crown of the head forward. Find those active arms. Hug the thumbs in toward one another. Hug the upper arms in toward one another. Now, isometrically slide your palms toward your feet. Balls of the feet slide forward toward the palms isometrically. Feel your core engage. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, either a cobra or maybe straight into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Hard forward, shoulders back, either way. Exhale, curl the toes under. Lift the hips up and press back to downward facing dog. Heels release back and down. Thighs engage, kneecaps lifted. Press the floor away, navel to spine. Lift the hips up. Press the thighs back. Take a breath in, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll add on. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, place the palms, step back, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga, everything in line. Inhale, hard forward, shoulders back. Exhale, lift the hips up, press back, reach the heels back and down, palms press into the mat. 3 full breaths right here. Let tension go from your neck. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float in front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, circle. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend the knees, place the palms, step it back, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana or Bhujangasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. From down dog, breathe in. Lift your right leg, bend your knee, stack your right hip over your left. Press equally through both palms. Take a few circles of the right leg. And then circle other way. Then straighten your right leg out, toes point down, breathe in. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, reach back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to your nose, look forward. Step your right foot between your hands. Flatten your left heel to the mat. See that your heel to arch alignment, knee over the ankle. Airplane your arms open to the left. Virabhadrasana 2, right side. Root the right heel down. And outer edge of the left foot seals to the mat as well. Now your torso is right over your thighs. Your gaze is past your right middle finger. Feel the strength of both thighs. That left thigh pressing back, the right sit bone tucking under. Flip both palms up toward the ceiling. Inhale, straighten the leg, palms touch. Exhale, bend your knee, bring your hands to heart. Still keeping that prayer. Inhale, straighten the leg, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, back to warrior 2. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, knee bends. Inhale, straighten the leg, arms overhead. And exhale, Vira 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, holding here. From the heart center, breathe in. Exhale, out the fingertips. Now breathe in, just the right palm flips, reverse warrior. Lengthen up toward the ceiling and arch back. Walk your left fingers down your left hand. Keep that right knee bent and in line with your second toe, and press the left outer edge of the foot into the mat. Lift and lengthen just a little bit more. Big breath in and out. Inhale, and you're back in warrior two. From here, reach it forward, forearm to the thigh. Left arm extends out over your ear, revolve the rib cage up toward the ceiling, gaze under the left arm. Press the right forearm against the thigh and get some length on that side of your waist as well. Feel the long line of energy from the left heel out the left fingertips. Now revolve your back of your left hand to your low back. The left shoulder releases back and down. We're gazing past that left shoulder. Stay here or clasp the right thigh. Stay there or reach under for the full bind. And if you're binding, lift your torso off your thigh, gaze past your left shoulder. Stay strong in your legs, whichever variation you're in. Feel the thighs engaged. Root the soles of the feet into the mat and unravel. Left arm up toward the ceiling, and then inhale, let it pull you back into Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, release, maybe sink a little deeper. Inhale, reverse warrior, just a breath. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the mat. Step your right leg back. Maybe you keep it lifted as we did in the beginning. Chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, left leg lifts, bend your knee, stack left hip over right, and circle the knee just a few times, giving some lubrication to the hip joint. Circle other direction. Keep equal weight in your palms. Now straighten your leg out. Toes point down. Breathe in. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee back to the left elbow. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, left knee to your nose, look forward, step your foot between your hands, flatten your right heel, heel to arch, knee over the ankle, airplane the arms open to the right, Virabhadrasana 2, left side. So we're pressing that left heel down, outer edge of the right foot, navel to spine, the core is active, relax the shoulders and reach through the fingers. Stay connected with your breath. Flip both palms up. Inhale, straighten the leg as palms touch overhead. Exhale, bend the knee and bring hands to heart. Inhale, lift back up, straighten the leg. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, bend the knee. Inhale, reach and straighten. Exhale, warrior 2. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Pause here. Extend from the center of the chest out the fingertips. Notice that right thigh pressing back, left sit bone tucking under. Inhale, flip your left palm, take a reverse warrior, reach up to the ceiling, lengthen out of that left rib cage and arch back. Walk your fingers down your right leg. Keep a bend in your left knee. Breathe in, lengthen just a bit more. Stay for the exhale. And then we'll inhale back to Virabhadrasana 2. Reach forward, left forearm to the thigh, right arm out over your ear. Long line of energy from the right heel, out the right fingertips. Press the left forearm against the thigh. Revolve the chest and the gaze up under the right arm. And we're finding that long line of energy along the right side body. Now bring your back of your right hand to your low back. Roll your shoulder back, release it down. Stay here, option 1, or bring your fingers to your left thigh, option 2. Stay here, or full on clasp. Lifting the torso off the thigh, revolving the gaze past your right shoulder. In whichever variation you're on, you're gazing past that right shoulder, broadening across the collarbones. Feel the strength of both thighs working. Root down through the soles of the feet. Unbind and reach the right arm overhead on an inhale. And exhale, we're coming back into warrior 2. Breathe in. Exhale, maybe sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, flip the left palm, reverse it just for a breath. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to mat and step back. Maybe keep the left leg lifted as you move through your vinyasa. Lower it down for your back bend. Hard forward, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go out the mouth. Release the heels back and down as the palms press into the mat. Take the breath in, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float, front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, Samastitihi. Now moving into Utkatasana, chair pose. Bend your knees, sink your hips low. Reach your arms overhead. Shift the weight to your heels, lift your toes. Navel to spine, lengthen your low back toward the mat, and then sink just a little deeper if you can. Reach up through your ring fingers, feel the side body get a little bit longer. The thighs are working, feel that engagement, maybe the glutes as well, you're feeling some stuff. Keep breathing. Now slowly shift the weight into your left foot, bring your right knee to your chest, stand it up, and straighten your right leg out. Reach forward through your heel, curl your toes toward your knee. And then we're going to go ahead and bend the knee again and sit back into Utkatasana. Now the weight shifts into the right foot. Bring the left foot to your chest, stand up, flex your foot, straighten your leg, toes curl toward the knee, heel reaches forward, bend the knee again, and set it down. Utkatasana, deep breath in, exhale, let it go. Uttanasana, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend the knees, place the palms, step back, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, hard forward, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward by your right thumb. Left heel flattens and toes angle toward top left corner of the mat. Breathe in, rise up. Warrior one. Press your right heel down, steer your right hip back. The left hip will come slightly forward, but still press that outer edge of the left foot into the mat. So we're working on paralleling the torso toward the short edge of your mat. Reach up through your ring fingers. Bring your arms alongside of your ears. Then sweep your hands behind. Clasp, hug the elbows in. Inhale for the back bend. Lift the heart. Reach the knuckles back and down. And exhale, humble warrior. Knuckles to the ceiling. Crown of the head to the mat. Check on your neck. Even shake it a little. Let that tension go. Root the right heel down. Steer the right hip back and hug it in toward the midline. And then feel that left thigh engaged. Root both soles of the feet into the mat. Inhale, rise back up into warrior one. Maybe palms touch and we gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Come onto the ball of your left foot. Put a little bend in your left knee. And frontal hip points draw toward bottom rib. So the core is active. That'll also lengthen your low back. From here, with hands to heart, we're going to reach them overhead. Breathe in, palms touch, gaze up. Exhale, reach behind, clasp. Take that back bend here from this position. Feel that in the front of the left hip. Lift the chest, let the head release back, knuckles release back and down. And inhale, come back up. From here, arms back overhead. Now we're straightening out that left leg, back of the left leg, reaching up toward the ceiling. So we're in Anjaneyasana, full pose, crescent pose. Bring your hands to heart. Hover over your right thigh. Shift your weight into your right foot and lift your left leg up into a warrior three. You have options here. Either you're staying with your hands at heart. You might bring your fingers to the mat. You might use blocks. You might also reach your arms out to the side, behind you, or in front of you. So see what your body needs at this time and be there. Keep hugging that right hip in. And spiraling the left thigh up toward the ceiling. One more breath. And then step your left foot way back. You're back in crescent pose, arms overhead. From here, we're going to straighten out your front leg and release your left heel down. Inhale, reach up for length. Exhale, fold over your right thigh. Inhale, lift your chest. Reach your heart forward. Keep that long spine as you exhale. And melt the torso over the right thigh. Breathe. Inhales, invite length. And exhales, release, soften. And then we'll put a little bend in the right knee, palms to the mat. Lift your left leg up, standing splits. And exhale, bring the left foot by the right foot. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, rise to stand. Hands together at heart center. Utkatasana, bend the knees, sink the hips. And from here, we're going to go ahead and shift the weight into your right foot. Left knee into the chest, straighten the left leg out. And then bend it again, step it back into chair pose. Weight in your left foot, right knee to your chest, lift up, straighten the right leg, bend it again, and sink back into Utkatasana. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, place the palms, step back, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga, everything in one line. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathing in, your left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward by your left thumb. Right heel flattens, angle your toes to top right corner of the mat. Breathe in, rise. Steer your left hip back by rooting the left heel into the mat. The right hip comes forward. Press outer edge of the right foot into the mat. Lift the sternum, relax the shoulders, reach up through the ring fingers, and try bringing your arms a little further back, more in line with your ears. Now sweep your hands behind, other thumb on top as we clasp. Elbows hug in, inhale, lift the heart. Take your back bend, reach the knuckles back and down. Exhale, humble warrior. Crown of the head to the mat, knuckles to the ceiling. Let tension go from your neck. And now rooting your left heel into the mat, steer your left hip back, hug it in. Firm that right thigh. Root both soles of the feet into the mat. Inhale, rise back up into Virabhadrasana 1. Palms touch, lift the gaze. Exhale, hands to heart. Come onto the ball of your right foot and put a little bend in your right knee. Lift your sternum, relax your shoulders, draw frontal hip points toward bottom ribs. Feel that already engaging right there in the front of that right leg. And lengthen your low back down. From here, reach the arms overhead. Breathe in. Exhale, reach behind, clasp. Hug the elbows in. Inhale, back bend here. Lift the heart. Keep drawing navel to spine, protecting your low back. And exhale, release, bring the arms back overhead. Now press your right leg straight. Anjaneyasana, crescent pose. Reach up through your ring fingers, side body stays long. Keep breathing. Hands to heart, inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hover over your left thigh. Now begin to shift your weight into your left foot and bring that right leg up into Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Remember, you can always bring fingertips to the mat or use blocks. You've got options for your hands. It can be hands to heart, fingers on blocks or on the mat, arms behind, arms to the side, arms in front. Choose what works for you at this time. Stay strong in your left thigh. Right inner thigh spirals up toward the ceiling, and then we're going to step all the way back and rise back up into Anjaneyasana. Inhale, And as you exhale, begin to straighten out your left leg and flatten your right foot. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale again, lifting your chest, reaching your heart forward, sliding shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, maintain that long spine as you fold over your left leg. Breathe, smooth, even breaths into the back of the left leg. Inhale, invite length. All four sides of the torso, crown of the head lengthen. And exhale, soften, release. You may release deeper into the pose, or you may release tension somewhere where you don't even realize you're holding it. And then we'll inhale, lift halfway up, bend into your left knee, palms to the mat, and shift forward into standing splits. Let's take a breath here. And then we'll go ahead and release the right foot alongside of the left. Inhale, lift the heart, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, bend the knees, sink the hips low. Exhale, and rise to stand. Hands together at heart center, Samastitihi. Let's move back through one more round of standing poses. So Utkatasana, bend the knees, sink the hips low, navel to spine, low back lengthens, weight in your heels. Now bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, weight goes into your left foot, lift your right leg, straighten your right leg, reach the arms overhead, and then we'll bring the hands back to the heart, bend the knee, shift back into warrior three. Any arm variation that's working for you at this time, hold, keep that left thigh firm, right inner thigh spiraling up toward the ceiling, and then I'm going to gently step it back. Anjaneyasana, crescent pose. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart, lift the heart. Inhale, and exhale, twist. Right elbow outside of the left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, revolve. Use your breath. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, revolve from your rib cage. Option to straighten the arms if that's something you're working on. One more breath here. And then if you've straightened arms, hands back to heart. Everything back to the center. Inhale, rise back up into crescent pose. Exhale, palms to the mat. Step your left leg back. Maybe keep it lifted through your vinyasa. We meet in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a breath in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, rise, hands to heart. Bend the knees, sink the hips low, Utkatasana. Navel to spine, weight in heels, low back lengthens. Now shift your weight into your right foot. Bring your hands to your heart. Lift your left knee. Begin to straighten your leg as you reach the arms overhead. Now bring the hands back to the heart. Bend the knee and shift it back into Virabhadrasana 3. Play with your hand variations. Remember, you can even bring fingers to the mat or blocks. Be where you need to be. Then from here, step it all the way back and rise up. Anjaneyasana. Lift up through the ring finger so the side body is long. Breathe in. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Now bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, lift the sternum. Exhale, left elbow outside of right thigh. Palms press against one another. Inhale, heart reaches forward. Exhale, revolve from your rib cage. And again, option to straighten the arms if that's something that you're working on. Keep breathing. And we'll bring bring hands back to heart center. And inhale, come back up. And from here, arms back overhead. Take a breath in. And exhale, palms to the mat. Right leg steps back. Maybe keep it lifted. Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha or Bhujangasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 full breaths in this down dog. Just observing any differences, and hopefully there are, between your first down dog and this one. Breathe in, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. And from here, take your feet wider than your hips, angle your toes out, and sink into Malasana squat pose. Lift your heart, press elbows against thighs, resist the thighs back against the elbows. Feel your low back lengthening toward the mat. Breathe. And then we'll go ahead and bring palms to the mat. Come back into feet hip distance. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms overhead. And exhale, hands meet at heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, place the palms, step it back. One more vinyasa. You can always skip and meet in downward facing dog. From Adho Mukha, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bend your right knee, slide your shin forward. Outside edge of the right foot goes to the left side of your mat. Keep the right shin up for now. Release your left knee and shin and top of the foot down. Then bring the right leg down. Walk your left leg back in line with your hip. Bring your fingers alongside of your hips. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale and begin to release forward. So by coming in this way, bringing your left leg down before your right shin, you're balancing it out so that you're not sitting completely to the right, and some of your weight is also on your left thigh. So just notice that. Make any adjustments that you need to so that your pelvis is level. Some weight is on your left thigh. Find a comfortable spot to rest your head, maybe against your hands or a block or right on the mat. Breathe into your right hip. To inhale, fill it with breath, and with your exhale, let some tension release with your breath. It's allowing the breath to slow down as well. Slowly and gently begin to lift the torso up. Curl the left toes under, lift the left knee. Step your right leg back to downward facing dog. You can sneak in a final vinyasa between sides if you'd like, or just get started with left side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bend your knees, slide your shin forward, outside edge of left foot to the right side of the mat. Release the right knee, shin, and top of the foot down. Then the left shin goes down. Stretch your right leg back in line with your hip. Bring your fingertips along the side of your hips. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Find that upper back bend. And exhale, begin to slowly ease into it, to walking yourself forward. And just adjusting so that you do have weight on your right thigh as well. Now find that comfortable spot to rest your head and begin to breathe into your left hip. Inhale, fill it with breath. Exhale, let that tension out with your exhale. Slowly begin to make our way out. Bring the palms to the mat and lift the torso. Sit onto your left hip and bring your right leg around, soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides. If you have a block, have that nearby. Let's bring the block in front of you. And we're going to take our feet into a wider diamond shape. If you have the block, you're going to put the feet on top of the block in this wider diamond shape. If you don't have the block, your feet will just be on the mat in the wide diamond shape. So bring your hands alongside of your hips. Inhale, lift, and exhale, just beginning to hinge forward. Pausing where you need to, maybe bringing hands onto the feet. Inhale, lengthen again, and exhale, maybe release just a little bit deeper. And then option also to slide your arms in between the legs, between the backs of the knees, and walk the arms out to the side, releasing the forehead to rest toward the feet or on the feet. And breathe. One more breath here. And then begin to, if you brought your hands, bring them out of the bind and lift the torso. Remove the feet from the block and bring the feet in close to you. So we're in a full Baddha Konasana shape. Either you're staying upright with your hands alongside of your hips and letting your breath release your inner thighs, or you might bring your hands onto the feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, slowly easing into it. Hinge forward, pause, press the elbows to the inner thighs. See how that feels. Maybe you're going to stay there, or you might begin to walk your arms out in front of you. Reach your heart forward and let the forehead melt toward the earth. Breathe from whichever position you're in. Use your breath. Let the breath release the inner thighs. And then we'll inhale and slowly walk back up. Hands to the outside of the knees. Draw the knees in toward one another. We're going to make our way down onto our back. So feet hip distance. Root the soles of the feet into the mat. Arms out, palms up. Lift your chest, navel to spine. Inhale, exhale, and slow as you can, one vertebra at a time. Still keeping the soles of the feet pressing into the mat and navel to the spine. How slow can you lower? One vertebra at a time. Once you're down, bring your knees into your chest and take a few rocks from side to side. Then we're going to set the feet down at mat width. Have the arms alongside of the body with the palms facing up. Begin to rock your knees from side to side. Using your breath, inhaling as your knees lift and exhaling as they lower to each side. Move at your pace and in sync with your breath. Next time that you've got both of your knees on the right, we'll hold it there. Now, bring your right hand to your inner right thigh. Stretch your left arm overhead. Reach your left fingers back and reach your left knee forward. Breathe into that left side body. Press your right thigh down. Reach the left knee forward. Stretch the left fingers back. And then we'll bring the arm down and flip the legs over to the left. Now left palm against the left inner thigh, right arm overhead. Stretch your right fingers back and reach your right knee forward. Breathe, get long. Just gently pressing the left thigh down as you reach the right knee forward. Stretch the right fingers back. And then we'll inhale and bring everything back to center. Knees to chest, one hand on each knee. Circle the knees the same direction. And then reverse, go other direction. Knees to chest. Find your happy baby. Grab outside edges of the feet or maybe backs of the thighs, bringing the knees down toward the earth as the thighs draw alongside of the rib cage. Press your low back into the mat. Reach your tailbone forward and down. Relax your shoulders. Or stay stationary or a little rock from side to side. Other options are to bend your left knee, bring your heel in toward your glute, stretch your right leg long, reach through your right heel, and then switch sides, bend the right knee, lengthen the left leg, and reach through the left heel. And one more time each side. And then we'll pause, bring the knees to the chest, wrap the arms around the shins, lift the forehead up toward the knees, squeeze everything into a tight little ball, breathe in, and exhale, let it all go into Savasana, final resting pose. So just stretching the legs long, let the feet relax to the sides, tuck your shoulders under you, palms facing up, the fingers gently curling in toward the palms. The eyes are closed. Take a breath in through your nose. Exhale, slowly releasing out your mouth. And then from there, let any control of the breath release and just breathe naturally. Soften the muscles around the eyes, the jaw, the throat. Feel the shoulders and the hips become a little bit heavier with each exhale. Give yourself permission to sink a little more deeply into the support that's below you, allowing the mind to become a little more still and more quiet with each exhale. You're welcome to stay in Savasana as long as you have time to. The longer the better. If you are ready to come out now, begin to wiggle the toes and the fingers as you deepen your breath. Circle wrists and ankles. Rock your head a couple times from side to side. And then stretch your arms overhead. Point your toes away from your fingers. Reach your heels forward and stretch the heels away from the fingers. And gently draw knees to the chest. Roll onto your side. Rest your ear against your upper arm just for a breath or two. And then slowly lift yourself up and find a comfortable seat. Still keeping the eyes closed, the gaze inward, the focus inward. Roll the shoulders back and down. Either palms down in a grounding gesture, palms up in a receiving gesture, your choice. Feel your sit bones rooting down, the crown of the head reaching up. Just take a few rounds of breath in stillness with gratitude to observe the effects of your practice. And then bring hands together at heart center, bow the chin into the chest. Namaste. Thank you.